Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. Many people think that learning German without coaching is almost impossible, and I completely agree to it because once in a time I did the same. I thought learning German without coaching would be completely impossible. But believe me, there came a time where I didn't take any A1, A2 and B1 exam and I directly passed B2, and only with the help of YouTube and apps. So, if I can do it, you can too. You just need to know the correct way, the correct method, and what are the correct apps and videos you can use to learn further. So, in this video, I will be telling you what are the materials I used from the YouTube, also different kind of apps what I used, and as a tip, I will also add on which videos you can see if you want to specifically pass the exam pattern. But because I personally believe learning for an exam pattern and learning for just for learning German as a language, it's completely two different things. So if you are someone who want to take A1 or A2 or B1 or B2 exam in the future, this video is for you. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel to watch more such videos. This video can help you save a lot of confusion because this will tell you exactly which videos to use, because during my time I also went through a lot of videos and at the end I choose this video because there were some specific things which I liked and they were easier to understand. So this will definitely save you lots of time and tell you exactly which video will help you in future. But before starting my video, I would like you to see this video so that you know what tips and tricks you can use at the start, even to start learning German, because learning German is not only like you by heart something, but you also have to have some mental preparedness. You need to start good, so think that the subject is not that difficult. So just go to my video and see what the tips and tricks you can use just to start learning German. Let's start about talking about the videos which can be used at the starting, which can also be used just you want to get familiarized towards German, which can also be used you want to know how really the German streets work, how really the native German speaks. So the first video which I can suggest you is the Nico's Weg. They have a different like a series for A1 level, for B2 level and for A2 level, for different kinds of level of German. So they have some series which you can just go and start watching simple things, just like speaking simple things. You just need to get familiarized to the language. So Nico's Weg will be the best thing according to the level you want. It is also a good series to watch whenever you're just traveling, you're just bored, you don't want to do any specific, you don't really want to learn like in a studious way. You can just go and watch it as a normal movie. Another video similar like the Nico's Weg which I can suggest you is the Easy German. The Easy German also has all the videos where they use a very simple German, where they also tell you the meaning of it. They also show you how really the native German works. So they tell you in a series form. They don't really teach you grammar, but they tell you where practical grammar which you can be used. Speaking about another video, that name is Deutsch lernen mit uns, like learning German with us. That's a series which I like personally because they have like the animated videos which can be funny sometimes, and you can actually go and just see it whenever you don't have really the mood of studying. You just see it as a movie. You get familiarized to the words. You see what words, new words they are using. You can see how really the sentence is being made, and that's where I can suggest you this one channel. Let's speak now about the grammar videos. Definitely, everyone says that if you're about to learn German, the most difficult part is learning the grammar. So you should be really thorough with the grammar while learning. But it's also important you don't go and theorize it and memorize it, because that will not help you really in the long term future, and it will give you more confusion, because German grammar has lot of rules. The best example you can know is just the basic of the German grammar, where in the English you use the plant. In German you might need to use there, the, thus, depending on what are the object you're using, and the article changes accordingly. It could be female, it could be masculine, it could be feminine, and it could be neutral. So that's where the tricky part comes. That's why you need to really understand grammar, and that's where I started finding some channels which will give me completely the basic language or the basic course, and in the easiest way where I can learn German. That's where I found one of the channel where is Learn German. Learn German Online was one of the channel where they really give you basic everything. They will tell you what really the small words also has a meaning, how the grammar you can change with every sentences. It is bit of robotic, but it is good to understand the rules of German. It is good to understand whenever you want something in a very formal way. That's the best channel I can recommend you. While learning grammar, I understood one thing, that I need to find some channel which is not only in a formal way. Learning German online was really a very formal way. It was good to understand the rules, but it was not easy to understand really the grammar, and that's why I also needed an informal way, informal video where I could go and just search exactly how to learn the grammar with tricks. And that's where one I found another video which really helped me till the end of my exam, and it also gave me very nice PDF. I remember during that time I think they provided for the A1, so it also made me understand grammar in the easiest form he can. He is the native German, so I would also recommend you this his channel, that was Your German Teacher. I listened to this channel till the end, and I used to see his videos twice and thrice to just understand what he said, but I found it really very helpful to just memorize. Another video which I recommend is DW Deutsch Lernen. This was the video which I used to just listen while traveling, cooking, or walking. There was no pressure, just consistency, because it was my daily companion. I used to listen this every day whenever I used to work. One video and one rule, it used to be enough, because one video also has a lot of words, and remembering that words also gives you a lot of your dictionary open for learning German. Now the part which many of the people would be looking forward to, that's the exam oriented videos, which really videos could help you for exam orientation, because definitely learning all the rules of German and remembering nothing won't help you in exam. You just need some things which could help you remember. That's where I found few videos that helped me with everything. But before that, you need to be really clear what are you looking forward to. If you're looking forward to improve your hearing pattern, if you're looking forward to improve your listening or your speaking, because the videos specifically differ in that way. I remember I used to have different videos for different things. For listening, I used to have different videos. For hearing, I used to have different videos, because some of the videos, they also have the model test paper which you can always solve, and they are completely related to, are you giving Goethe or are you giving TELC. So definitely you can't mix the two exams, because the pattern is completely different. Because I actually failed my exam during writing only by 6 points, only because I didn't write the writing correct pattern. I confused the pattern between Goethe and TELC, and I actually wrote a completely wrong answer or a pattern during the writing examination. That's why I lost all the marks which I gained, even though from hearing or listening. So please don't do that mistake, and try to follow maybe a one exam pattern. Just be clear, do you want to take TELC or do you want to take Goethe? If you're clear about that, that thing itself will solve a lot of problems. Go through the model paper and then decide what really you want to exercise. The first channel which I have already spoke about is Your German Teacher. I already said you this channel gave me a lot of clarity about how to speak, how should be the grammar, what should be the tricks. He always have tricks at the end of the videos. I loved it because they help me every time for everything. So definitely go and watch those videos of your German teacher, and he will tell you lot of easiest way to just learn German. Now, if you're someone who is planning to take TELC exam, and that's the biggest part which many people are afraid of, is the speaking, because they don't have the native people to speak, they don't know how to speak, they don't know how to pronounce. That's where this channel helped me. Sometimes you have the model test paper, you know you have to do this and this, you will have one picture and you just have to explain about the picture, describe the picture, but that's not the way. There's always some questions, there is always some ways, there's always some words you need to use according to your levels. And that's exactly, you need to know exactly how to speak, which words to use, and how to make sentences. For that thing, one video which I used during my TELC examination, this is specifically for the people who are taking the TELC examination. The video was German speaking test. They had a lot of videos. This video helped me know everything, what the German, what the examiners expect, how long should you be speaking in the speaking examination, because you can't just go blah blah blah. You need to stop somewhere. You need to not answer yes or no. You need to have the long conversation. So these are the tips which are important for the examination point of view. This channel helped me learn it. Same goes for the people who are preparing for the Goethe examination. Definitely, I didn't give Goethe, but I used to see some videos just to know the words. So I can tell you one, I can recommend you one of the channel which I use was 24 Hours German. That is specifically for the Goethe style exam preparation. So if you're someone who is planning to give Goethe and preparing for exam, just go through their videos, just listen how they respond, which words do they use, and how do they speak to the examiner. That will solve your lot of queries. Another fear what maximum people have during taking an exam, German exam, is the grammar. So that's where I was also very fearful about my grammar. How will I pass my grammar? Even though my hearing and listening was good, but the grammar in B2 specifically, they have a complete different section known as Sprachbausteine, which is specifically for the grammar. And that was my confusion, that where I can learn really the good grammar and I can remember it very in a useful way. I actually learned till that time too much of grammar, the rules and everything, but I couldn't get the tricks where I can remember, how I can remember it. That's where I found one of the channel which is known as Benjamin the Deutschlehrer. He is a really good teacher, I must say, because the way the grammar he explained me was just the easiest form. He used to have some blank sentences. He used to tell you the answer. He tells you the answers later on, but he also gives the reason why did he choose this answer and what are the tricks that you can know to choose that answer. So I would really recommend you this channel, the Benjamin Deutschlehrer. Now the question is not really using only these videos. The question is also how you use the videos. There are few things which you cannot miss, which you really, if you are doing that wrong, so even though you have 10 number of videos, it won't really help you. So there are few things I might recommend you while seeing these videos. The first thing is watch the videos at the lower speed. Pause and repeat sentences. Write new words immediately into your book. Use those words with the real people in the real conversation. Focus on TELC exam pattern or the exam pattern, not on perfection. If you're someone taking only the exam, so don't just go on remembering every rule of German, because that would be just a confusion to you. Try to have what is really important to you, because not everyone can know every rule of grammar. So the way you know how to use these videos, there are also few things which I would say not to do. And my recommendations would be not to see 10 number of video. that would only give you more and more confusion in your things, and you won't really remember one thing then, and in the exam you won't be able to remember that one trick which was important. So don't go to 10 number of videos, just stick to 4 or 5 max, and that would be enough. The other point is, don't watch randomly without any goal. Just have the goal. Even though if you're learning a language, just know at what's the level you want to achieve, till what time do you want to achieve, how many months do you want to give yourself to learn German. That will make you learn German fast. Don't memorize the grammar like a robot. Like I said, the grammar can't be just memorized. It should be understood, and then only you will be able to understand it and memorize it in a nice way. If you're someone who wants the German language in your hand, like I said, in your mobile, it's easier to use within apps. It's easier to have the apps in the mobile instead of just having the YouTube and going through the whole of the video. Whenever you don't have time, you can just go through one small section of the app and you're done for the day. So that is one of the trick I would recommend. And here's now, I would tell you few of the apps I use during my German learning. The first app, the very basic app where you can start learning German, is the Duolingo. That's the app whenever it's not the app, I must tell you, it's not the app that you would learn the whole German from, but it's the app where you can start learning German from. The Duolingo is the recommended app. Then the second is, whenever you want to check your grammar, you want to see what the grammar rules are you remembering, are they right or wrong, you can go for German verb conjugator. The one I already recommended you is the DW listening content. You can always go and listen German on DW. DW has various videos, they have listening content also, they have audios also, which you can just put it in your earphones and listen it to the traveling sections. Other thing, when you really want to enjoy learning, you need some apps which can have you help you learn speaking. And that's where there are few apps available for speaking, where you can just tell one sentences and the apps tell you how much percent did you say it correct. And that was my good part, which I enjoyed every time. One of the app I recommended was Practice German Speaking app. That really helped me learn a lot. Then after passing the exam, I would really suggest you one thing. All that matters is your mindset. If you have a good mindset, you can achieve everything what you want. The confidence will matter definitely more than your vocabularies. If you're confident enough, you can achieve everything what you can. Just keep the consistency and you can get through it, as I did. Let me know in the comments, how did you like this video? What are the things you liked about this video? And if there are some more important videos which I was not aware of, please recommend that in the comment, so even it will be helpful for the other people. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my video. See you next time.